the House of Representatives have introduced an article of impeachment, actually, against the President of the United States. My understanding is that at this point, it has over 200 sponsors, more to be added. It looks like that unless something happens, that this article of impeachment will be acted on by as early as tomorrow or Wednesday.
It really is up to the Speaker now when she wants to call it up. She does not have to go through the Judiciary Committee. They can report that out, and Chairman Nadler has said that he is willing to do that.
They also point to the 14th Amendment, Section 3, which talks about the disqualification clause. It's the disqualification clause of the United States Constitution. And it says that no person shall be a senator, representative in Congress, or elector of president and vice president, or hold any office under the United States or any state who, and then you read down to it, shall have engaged in insurrection or rebellion against the same or given aid or comfort to the enemies thereof.
I think we're at a dark time, and I think this will make it that much darker, unfortunately, because it will redivide the nation who they'll be talking about whether speech and words, is that enough to impeach? And then not focusing on just kind of moving forward.
We have to look at this both from a political perspective and a legal perspective, and also I think the paramount perspective here is what's in the best interest of the country. Look, the events that took place last week on the Capitol were horrific. Let me be clear. That was not civil disobedience. That wasn't civil protest. What took place on Capitol Hill was terrorism, domestic terrorism. Of course, it was a host of federal crimes involved. Vandalism, destruction of property, life and limb of individuals threatened, people murdered.
What happened last week was not patriotism. No, as you said, it was terrorism.
Terrorism.
But on the other hand, my prayer and my hope, and it's not happening so far, is that somehow the Democrat leadership, if you will, would accept victory by trying to put as much of this behind us as we can and celebrating who we really are as Americans and bring healing and peace. And at this point, they are not doing that, even though they know that there's no way they can bring this to the Senate before the inauguration. It seems to be, especially on the part of the House of Representatives and Nancy Pelosi, revenge. And the unity and the healing of the American people be damned.
Why would they do this with the president coming out of office in just literally 8 days? And I'm convinced it's because they want it goes to the Senate, in other words, it comes out of the House and goes to the Senate for a trial, that the penalty is that you can know, if you're found guilty, it's that you can no longer hold an office of public trust or an office in the United States. It means that Donald Trump cannot run for president again. And my sense, and Jordan, you said this earlier, my sense is that's what they're trying to do.
What we're witnessing is a political calculation. What I wish we were witnessing is the calculation of what is good for the country. Instead of asking, how can we keep Donald Trump from running for office again, or how do we punish Donald Trump, what is the best thing for the country? And I'm not sure I know the answer to that, but that should be the calculation, not a political calculation, even though impeachment is a political act.
I don't like to make it partisan, but this is Nancy Pelosi's world we live in, and she is so partisan on every single move. So then it divides us again between Republican and Democrat. Yeah. And is this just Nancy Pelosi trying to get what Nancy Pelosi has wanted since Donald Trump took the oath?
I think we need leaders on both sides of the aisle, including President Trump, including Speaker Pelosi, to be the adults in the room and get us to January 20th.
In the past, when we've been in a crisis, it has brought the nation together. My prayer is that somehow in all of this, it'll bring us together.
Andy.
Put this behind us and grant us peace.
I think that's a really good way to end this broadcast, to pray for peace, pray for our country, pray for our leaders, all of them, that they would have God's wisdom. And let's pray that God will bless and protect the United States of America.